You're watching WTV News, live on Wartburg Television. From the Grant Price Studio. Breaking news, local coverage, and sports. This is WTV News.
This is your WTV News web update. I'm Caitlin Harback. Wartburg's orientation program has seen a sudden boost in applications for next year. The Orange Acceleration Orientation Program has received 40 applicants for only 12 openings. Director of Campus Programming Ashley Lang says applicants will go through a group interview session to test their personalities and see who would be best to lead orientation groups.
I think we like to have a wide variety of applicants so that we can be picky in our process. So we want people that are engaged or willing to be engaged with new students, have some different campus involvements, are just excited about being a part of the staff in general as well.
Wartburg's Diversity Inclusions Council met Thursday to revise the diversity program's charter paperwork. The charter hadn't been revised in 6 years. Some students asked the council to make the charter more user-friendly by adding a table of contents.
And I believe it was a 2007 document. And so we were reviewing that to see if there are parts that we need to update. And it tells what the composition of the group should be. It explains what the purpose of the group is, that kind of thing. It's kind of like our charter.
Some students may have experienced delays when receiving packages this week. Wartburg's mail service updated their software at the end of January. The postage machine that prints labels, weighs packages, and sends it out was so outdated that Wartburg's mailing company couldn't use it anymore.
It's not like every 5 years we have to get a new update. It was just the fact that the company we were going through to do postage and send things out, the software was so outdated that we had. It wasn't taking that anymore, so we needed the new software to continue using postage. But because of the new software, we needed new equipment because our old equipment didn't support the new software.
The cost of going to Wartburg has gone up nearly $8,000 in the last 5 years. WTV's Ben Hoppenworth has more on why it will cost $2,000 more to be a Wartburg student next year.
Next year's tuition numbers were officially released in an email from President Colson last Tuesday. Overall, the cost of going to Wartburg increased by 4.5%. Although that 4.5 is the lowest increase by percentage, it still adds up to nearly $2,000. Wartburg uses these extra funds to help balance the school's budget, which largely goes into paying for financial aid. Wartburg's policy is for students to keep the same financial aid package for all 4 years. As tuition increases, financial aid increases. So why not keep tuition lower to keep financial aid lower? The answer comes down to the value of a Wartburg education.
People believe when they pay more, they get greater value. And not just for college tuition, but for a car, for, you name it.
But is there a point where Wartburg's prices are even too high to be competitive with the state schools?
Most students who graduate from UNI are taking 5 years on average to graduate, so then you would have to factor in a year's worth of lost earnings.
At a 4.5% increase per year, next year's incoming class, the class of 2017, will be paying just short of $50,000 their senior year. In just 15 years, costs will double to $86,000. And in only 21 years, Wartburg costs will pass the $100,000 mark.
Mine is 21 years from now, or 20 whatever, what is your salary going to be? It really, in the end, is the relative cost in relationship to what you're paying for everything else. What will a car cost in 20 years? What will a mortgage, an average mortgage amount be for a home, and so on?
Waldstein told me Wartburg's goal is to increase enrollment each year. This year, enrollment dropped by about 60 people from last year, which means less money coming into the college. This 60 student drop, or any drop for that matter, is always a concern.
We're not talking about having huge growth each year, but incremental growth is our goal.
Both Cole and Luther's tuition is between $43,000 and $44,000 for next year. Waldstein says we have to stay around their tuition to be competitive with other conference schools. This has been your WTV News web update. I'm Caitlin Harback. Thank you for watching.